Welcome to Family Life with Mama Rita. I hope you had a very good Easter celebration. Oh my God, I did. I received a gift on Easter. Easter Friday morning was powerful. Our Easter all night, Friday all night was powerful. Sunday morning resurrection, I resurrected with Jesus. And then our communion service Sunday night was something else. I am so filled. And now I know that every Easter, every Good Friday, every Resurrection Sunday, I should expect a gift from Jesus. Jesus himself was a gift to the world. If Jesus was a gift to the world, he's always ready to give to us our gifts. Our gifts of marriage, our gifts of healing, our gifts of a job, our gifts of accommodation, our gifts of perfect health, our gifts of long life. My darling, Jesus Christ came as a gift. I am ready to receive my gifts. I don't know about you. Before I keep the ball rolling, oh my God, yesterday, the 7th of April, I can't believe it. The 5 years has already come. Yesterday, a very, very special couple. You know them so well. We celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary here on Family Life, where we heard their children sing and give testimonies. And I can't believe it's already 5 years. Reverend and Reverend Patrick Yorson are celebrating 25 years in marriage. Ooh! My darling, you're only 2 months in marriage and you are tired. They are 25 years. And Reverend and Reverend Patrick Yorson, first I want to welcome you again to Family Life. And I want to wish you happy Silver Jubilee.
Thank you so much.
The God that has traveled 25 years with you, that same God will travel 50 years with you.
Amen.
That same God will travel 60 years with you.
Amen.
And you will go beyond 60.
Amen.
Your daughters will bring you good sons.
Amen.
They won't bring you 6 sons. They won't bring you sons-in-laws who are not born again. They will bring you born again, spirit-filled sons-in-laws that you will call sons.
Amen.
The sons that you never had.
Amen.
Your 3 daughters will bring them to you.
Hallelujah.
May you be blessed.
Amen.
May you be favored.
Amen.
May it be well with you.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
You look powerful in your white.
Thank you.
We are celebrating 25 years. So the pictures are rolling whilst we are talking. Reverend Patrick, Mama Rosebond, I wish you a wariso.
Amen.
If you don't know a wariso, I don't know a wariso. What's a wariso? Sweet marriage.
Successful marriage.
Successful marriage.
Yeah.
Successful marriage.
Amen.
I was there at your wedding.
Yes.
Saw you, 2 tiny ones. Today here are you.
To the glory of God.
Soon to be grandmothers.
Yes.
Because very soon I'll be attending the weddings of your
Yes.
daughters.
Yeah.
May the Lord continually make you smile
Amen.
and dance.
Amen.
May the Lord bring money to you.
I receive
May He
it.
bless the works of your
I
hands.
receive it.
May the Lord give you businesses to do, successful businesses to do.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
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 So we will continue with what we started last week, but don't forget we are celebrating 25 years. We will continue with what we started last week, expectations in marriage. Expectations in marriage. We looked at unrealistic expectations in marriage. Unrealistic. My darling, you are there. There's something happening to you. You are not communicating. You expect the man to use his, you think his Holy Ghost or his Jesus Please, Jesus died and resurrected last week. Stop the mind reading, expecting that your spouse will read your mind, will know what you are going through, will know what is happening to you, will know that you are hurt, will know that you don't like something. My darling, unrealistic expectations. You need something, say it, that this is what I need. So last week we spoke about expectations. What is expectations? Expectation is a relationship, expectation in a relationship, or expectations in relationships are the hopes, the beliefs, and standards regarding how partners should behave, communicate, and treat each other. Expectations in the relationship are the hopes, the beliefs, and standards regarding how partners should behave, communicate, and treat each other in the relationship. And we said that some of the expectations are unrealistic. That the romance will be there 24/7. When you are celebrating 25 years, it will be the same thing. Yes, we expect the romance to be there. But the way when you see the lady, you see the man, it's like some helicopter going through you. My darling, it won't always be there. Unrealistic expectation that you will never change. My darling, I knew the Yorsons when they got married. Both of them were very tiny. They are no longer tiny. Don't expect that the man you married, the woman you married will be the same. After Mama Roseborn going to the labor ward 3 times, I don't expect her tummy to be as flat as I knew it when she was in her 20s. I don't expect Reverend Patrick's tummy to be flat. No, it's not possible. His tummy is good for his age, but it's not like I used to know him 25 years ago. Unrealistic expectations that you'll be together 25, no, you'll be together. That yes, you'll be together 24/7. There are times when your partner wants to be alone. She wants to go on holiday alone. He wants to go on holiday alone. There are times he wants to eat alone. There are times he wants to be by himself. Have a me time. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love you anymore or she doesn't love you anymore. Sometimes you want time alone. Unrealistic expectations. My darling, people change in life. The Bible says that it got to a time where the eyes of Adam and Eve opened. In the marriage, my darling, your eyes would always open. Your eyes will open to realities. So if before you got married, my darling, things were not okay with your English, don't expect that 25 years after the marriage, the woman or the man will still be comfortable with it. It's unrealistic expectations. Today we want to look at expectations in marriage. What are some of the things you must talk about when you get married? You need to talk about marriage. You need to talk about money. Money has divided a lot of people. People are divorced because of money. There's no trust anymore because of money. So before you get married, before you say, I do, talk about money. Are you having a joint account? Or both of you are having your own individual accounts? Or you are going to have individual accounts and you are going to bring a percentage of your salary or your salaries into one joint account, you need to discuss about it. With a joint account, who is handling the joint account? There's nothing like the man is the head, so he must handle the joint account by all means. No. Some people are spenders, some people are savers. If my husband leaves me to handle the joint account, we won't have money to leave our children as inheritance and our grandchildren as inheritance. Me, I love to shop. I love to spend. I'm always changing something in my house. I'm always changing my flowers, changing my waterfall, changing my fountain. I'm always painting. I paint when there's nothing to be painted. I'm always changing my bed sheet. I mean, that is me. So, out of the two, the husband and the wife, who is a spender and who is a saver? It is always prudent that the one who knows how to save should be the one to handle the family purse, the family account. It is very, very important. You need to talk about money. These are things you need to talk about. Whether you like it or not, the Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother, and your days will be long. You can't be eating when your parents haven't eaten. Well, some people are blessed, they are married, and their parents are okay. I mean, some parents are rather giving to their children that are married. If you are blessed for the man to come from a home like that, or for your wife to come from a home like that, please appreciate it. I knew a couple, they got married. My darling, all of us, when we get married, things are not 100% okay for us. Almost every couple, when they get married, things are not 100% okay. You don't marry because you are rich. You marry because it's time to get married.
Correct.
So I remember when I got married, I would go home. When I talk about home, I talk about my parents' home. I will go there, go for rice, go for sugar, go for corn dough, go for cassava dough. I will go for everything. My sister will see me and say, who asked me to marry? I said, wait, when you get married, before you ask me such questions. When you get married and you don't come for these things, then I'll leave you. I will go for everything. So if you are blessed and one person comes from a home like that, please humble yourself. I know a couple that got married. The woman comes from a very good home. I mean, very, very good home. The woman's father was still a CEO of a whole bank. My darling, humble yourself. Anytime they needed money, if the woman wanted to call the parents to say, oh, we need some money, the man will say, no, 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 no. You can't go and disgrace me, my darling. There's no disgrace about this. There's time for everything. There will be a time where God will bless you and make you self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So if one person is blessed to come from parents like this, thank God. But the other parent must be taken care of. So assuming the woman's parents or the man's parents are not there yet, up there yet, every month you need to send them money. Number two, we want to find out, are there younger siblings? Are there younger siblings? You are going to marry a man who is the firstborn, or going to marry a woman who is the firstborn and has younger siblings behind her or younger siblings behind him who are still in school. The parents expect that he or she must contribute towards the paying of fees of the younger ones. My darling, these are things you need to discuss about. Oh yes, my siblings are young. And before I met you, I was paying the school fees. I need to continue to pay fees until they are out of school. My prayer is that the one behind me would also be done, get a good job, come and support me to take care of my younger siblings. Then you are behaving as a good firstborn.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody convince you that immediately you get married, you have nothing to do with your parents, you have nothing to do with your siblings. That is why God made you a firstborn, or that is why God blessed you to have a job. Whoever you are going to get married to must understand. Number 2, sex. Sex. How many times are you having sex? In some homes, the woman will tell you, "Me, I don't like sex. My husband wants it morning, afternoon, evening. Wants it every day." A boss I worked with wanted sex. If he doesn't have sex, he can't sleep. He wants it every day. My darling, this is something that needs to be communicated before you get married. It needs to be discussed. You get married. What is okay and what is not okay? What is okay and what is not okay? I 100% agree that sometimes before you get married, you are not too sure of what you want yourself, especially if you married as virgins. You don't know what you want. You don't know what is right. You don't know what is not right. So maybe before the marriage, you didn't discuss it. It is still allowed that within the marriage, after you've been married, now you talk about it. I think I'm not comfortable with you licking me. I'm not comfortable with fingering. I'm not talk about it. There is no shame. There is no disgrace about these things. So what are you talking about? We are looking at expectations in marriage. Talk about money. Talk about sex. And when we talk about sex, we are also looking at the PDAs. That is public display of affection. I know a couple, the man comes from a home where cuddling and kissing and embracing in public is nothing. It's just a show of love. The woman is not comfortable. Hey, people are there. Please don't hold my hands. Talk about it. Don't just assume that because you come from a home like that, the other party is also comfortable. So these are things you need to talk about. Talk about in-laws. It's extremely important. As the wife or as the couple, when you start having children, whose mother is coming in to help? Is it your mother or is my mother? Or both of them are coming? It must be discussed. Or we don't want any of the mothers coming in. We want a neutral person coming in. How often can my parents come in to visit? How often can they come to spend the weekend? How often can they come in to spend Christmas? How often can they come in to spend Easter? Some people have had issues with in-laws because, number one, I didn't want my mother-in-law coming in. Why did my mother-in-law come in? Why did my mother-in-law come and stay with us? But she said she was only coming for a weekend. How come she spent 3 months? Discuss about it. Talk about it. And then in discussing about in-laws, talk about family traditions. Some families have traditions. Some families have traditions. In my family, and now when I talk about my family, I'm talking about my husband, my children. In our family, it's a tradition that every 25th of December is homecoming for us. Everybody, wherever you are, you must spend Christmas with us. So these are things you must talk about. So we spend Christmas together, have a meal together, and then we play games together. We do that until we drop. Sometimes after we've played the games, we'll watch a film together, or we'll watch a film first and then we'll play games together. And then everybody else can go home. Every 31st of December, after the 31st Passover service, we meet as a family. We have breakfast. No, before breakfast, we pray together and have communion together as a family. Every 31st after the service, we meet, we pray together, have communion together. Apostle General being the head of the family will pray for each one of us. We will share breakfast together, and then everybody goes home. And then sometimes when we are not too tired, during the day of the 1st of January of every year, we go out. After we've had breakfast, we'll go out to watch a Bow White or a film, and then we go to a restaurant and eat. This is a family tradition, and I don't expect any in-law coming in to come and spoil this tradition for me. If you want to marry any of my children, you must understand that this is a tradition. So these are things you talk about. So your spouse needs to know, the other person also needs to know, oh, that in our family, this is what we do. We all come together for the family traditions, or this is what we do. There's one family tradition I heard. I've never heard it before. I don't know if it was you who handled that case, where the lady got married, and in their tradition, on the wedding night, when you are supposed to spend with your husband, you go and spend the wedding night. Is it with your parents or the parents of the man? One of them.
Wow.
South African, where
No. South African one is different. South African one, after the wedding, you spend a bit of time together as a couple. Then you go and stay with your in-laws. That is in-laws of your husband. You spend a month, depending on your time. You spend a month or 2 months or 3 months with them. The tradition is that you go and serve your in-laws for a while. But these days, the in-laws rather end up serving them.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a tradition. I mean, everybody accepts it in South Africa. You go and stay with your in-laws after the wedding, depending on your time, sometimes a week, sometimes 2, sometimes a month. But this one that I'm talking about, the wedding night.
wow.
You don't spend it on your wedding bed. We handled that case here in Royalhouse, and it almost divided the two.
Wow.
So these are things you talk about. The woman should be able to say that, oh, I don't have anything wrong with your tradition, but I don't think that it is right that on my wedding day, instead of spending time with you, I'm going to spend time with your parents without you. I mean, So these are things you need to talk about. You also want to talk about your children. How many do you want?
Right.
The man says, I want 8. The woman says, I want only 2. You need to talk about.
That's right.
The woman says, I am an only child. And I love to have children. Talk about it. After you've spoken about how many children you want to have, you want to talk about the schools of your children. I have met couples that almost divided. I mean, the kind of cases we've handled here, just over schools. The man says, this is the school I went to. I want my children. It's a tradition. In some families, there's a tradition when it comes to school. Reverend Thomas, our pastor in charge of our Connecticut mission in the U.S., his grandfather went to Adesadel College. His father went to Adesadel College. He went to Adesadel College. And it looks like every firstborn must go to Adesadel College. Now here is Reverend Thomas, gets married in the U.S., has children in the U.S. His father says, let your son come to Ghana, even if it's for one term, to go to Adesadel College. I mean, the tradition.
Interesting.
And it's strange. Yeah. In some school, in some families, everybody goes to Achimota. Everybody goes to Wesley Girls. And, you know, there's one family I met recently. Great-grandmother went to Wesley Girls. Grandmother went to Wesley Girls. Mother went to Wesley Girls. And she went to Achimota, and it was considered
abomination.
Unacceptable. So, my darling, don't assume. Don't assume. I know people who almost divided because of this. At what point are children going to sleep in their own room? There is a couple. The woman insisted up until 7 years, their son was sleeping with them on the same bed. The man said no. This case came to me. Talk about it. At what point can our children have their own beds? At what point can our children have their own room? At what point can they leave us and not sleep in the same room with us or on the same bed with us? Who is going to be the at-home parents? Especially for those of us who are listening to us from the diaspora. Here, you can have your mother, you can have your grandmother, you can have somebody come and live with you. Outside, it doesn't happen. I mean, if you get somebody staying with you, then you must consider yourself very, very blessed. Most people are living alone. I remember when I went to have my daughter, Mawena, who today has been called to the bar. I went to have her, Mama Rosemont. I would sit by my window crying. Why? Because 4 a.m., you see mothers with their 1-month-old babies in a, how do you call that thing?
The pram? No.
In a pram or whatever it is. Carrying their babies to babysitters, 1-month-old babies. So you must decide, out of the two of us, who is going to stay at home? It's not written anywhere that the woman must be the one staying at home by all means. If the woman's job is much better, we can't say that the woman must stop work, stay at home, and the man that is receiving $1,000 a month must be the one to go to work. So these are things you need to talk about. Please don't joke with it. Don't take it for granted. We will go on a short commercial break. I think what we'll do is maybe I can leave the rest of the point for next week because there's so much to discuss. So many questions came last week. We were not able to answer. My darling, we are treating expectations. We will go on a short commercial break and we'll be back.
At King Service Ministry, which is the children's department here at Royalhouse Chapel, we say that we are raising the future of Royalhouse Chapel and of Ghana. Therefore, in addition to the biblical lessons that we teach them, we include practical lessons that they can take into their everyday life as they get older. Therefore, not too long ago, the Promise Keepers class, the last class in Sunday school before they graduate to teen service, embarked on a lesson where we got our lovely WMG media personnel to come and take the children through the making of PowerPoint presentations. We took a lesson on the fruits of the Holy Spirit, and they created their own PowerPoint presentation per the guidance of our media personnel. They created the PowerPoint presentation, chose their own pictures, chose their own colors, and then we taught them how to actually make the presentation. So based on the presentation that they themselves had created, we guided them to make the presentation, and to the glory of God, it was a success. And these are just some of the skills we are trying to impact into our children. These are some of the ways we engage our children. So if you are watching this video and you want to figure out how you can support the King Service Ministry, you can support us monetarily, you can support us in kind, you can support us in equipment such as projectors and televisions that we use to bring these new innovations to our children's department. God bless you as you do so.
Stay inspired by the powerful teachings of Sam Korankye-Ankrah, now available at your fingertips. To download and listen to his messages, simply head to your favorite podcast platform like Apple Podcast, Spotify, or Google Podcast. Just search for Sam Korankye-Ankrah. Hit subscribe to receive new episodes directly. You can download the latest episode for offline listening, whether you are at home, on the go, or wherever you need that fresh word of encouragement. Get ready to be uplifted. Subscribe now to the Sam Korankye-Ankrah podcast and start listening today.
So Grand Pacific is a Ghanaian-owned company which has been in existence for almost 30 years, dealing in general electrical products ranging from house wiring materials, switches, distribution boards for commercial facilities, transformers, stabilizers, UPSs, anything electrical, anything that will enable one to have electricity, quality power supply into their facilities. We have been doing business with institutions all over the country, hospitals, banks, telecommunication companies, real estate developers, for both residential and commercial facilities. We have a team of engineers and technicians who ensure the installation of our products and also after-sales support. We have been doing this for almost all our customers who have been depending on us, and they are fully satisfied for the past 25 to 30 years. We represent a number of European firms, globally known manufacturers all over the world, and we ensure that our customers are satisfied, they are covered as far as electricity is concerned. We always ensure quality power supply to anyone that depends on us. We have good credit facilities for our good customers, those who have been with us for a very long time and have always been dependent on our products. So with Grand Pacific, quality power is guaranteed. You will always have what it takes to enjoy electricity in your facility. So with Grand Pacific, you are always covered. Stable power supply, quality materials, warranty for everything that you buy from us. We have warranty running from 1 year to 10 years for our products. You are fully covered. Come on board and enjoy the good services that we offer. Know why certain institutions have been depending on us for almost 30 years. And you will enjoy our services and you will enjoy our products. Come on board. You are welcome.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. Last week we started the topic expectations in marriage. Expectations in marriage. Today we are looking at expectations, the things you must expect, the things you need to talk about, the things that are bringing separations, the things that are bringing fights, the things that are bringing cold wars into the relationship. We are talking about it. Before I go to my guests and my co-hosts, make a date with me coming Friday. Make a date with me coming Friday. Royal Ladies in the EU, Royal Ladies in Europe, we are having our annual camp meeting from the 9th to the 11th, from Thursday the 11th, Thursday the 9th to Saturday the 11th. On the Friday, I am ministering, and I want you to make a date with me at the Delta Hotel. Delta Hotel, Team Bold Drive, Kent Hill, MK 68L. The address will be running on the screen. Wherever you are around MK, in UK, Royal Ladies, we are having our annual camp meeting. I have 3 camp meetings in the year. The first one is in March, or first week, end of March, or first week in April, depending on the school calendar in the UK. And then in Ghana, I have the second one, first week in July, and then the third one is in November during Thanksgiving, from the Thursday of Thanksgiving through Friday, Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. We also have our camp meeting. Make a date with me on Friday, but then those around UK, you can take the lead. Thursday evening, Friday morning. Actually, this time we are starting Thursday afternoon. We have the first session Thursday afternoon, second one Thursday evening, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Saturday morning. From the 9th to the 11th, that is coming Thursday through Saturday, but I will be ministering on Friday night. Delta Hotel, Timble Drive, Kent Hill, MK Milton Keynes, MK7 6HL. The flyer will be on our screens. You can have a look at it. Powerful speakers. Reverend Dr. Samuel Bentel will be speaking. Reverend Mercy Opariado will be speaking. Hey, I can't wait to hear this man. Reverend Trevor, your name, Kubu. Reverend Trevor Kubu, our pastor in charge of our Scotland mission, will be speaking, and I would also be speaking. Make a date with me. Yeah. So we've been talking about expectations in marriage. I have lots of points. I have 10 points, but I have done about 4. We will go straight away to the questions of last week, and then we will do a bit of discussions. If we have time, we will answer your questions from today. If we don't have time, we will do your questions next week. Co-host, you look sharp.
Thank you, Mommy.
When would you also be celebrating 25
Hey,
years?
remember very soon, very soon, very soon. Well, with this, on behalf of WMG and all the young people, we want to wish Reverend Patrick and Mama Roseborn happy 25th wedding anniversary. You have blessed WMG and Rosa with wonderful young ladies who are serving in different capacities consistently. A few weeks ago, before Easter, we were out in the markets preaching the message of Christ, sending the gospel to the markets, and they were all very integral. And during Easter celebrations, they were there on Friday morning and Friday all night to bless the church through their gift of singing. Powerful, powerful, powerful gifts. And we say thank you. We celebrate with you. God bless you. And may your children's children honor you for this wonderful, wonderful example you set for all of us. Well, we have a few questions. We'll pick some from the previous week and those coming in today. Keep them coming, +233-200-515253, +233-200-515253. Use the hashtag #AskMamaRita or the hashtag Family Life Series, or you can also add hashtag Expectations with Mama Rita. We'll pick all of your comments and your questions and read them out for attention. This one is quite interesting. It says, thank you, Mommy, for your presentations last week and tonight. And she goes straight away. Are we supposed to tell our partners everything? In terms of things that happened in our past and things happening in our lives now? Please advise. I wish you had mentioned your areas of concern, but this is I'm sure she's having trouble disclosing certain aspects. Want to find out if everything should be disclosed.
25-year celebrants.
So your past life and your present life are interconnected. There are certain things that happened in your past that have no influence on your current life or your marital life. If it is not needed to be shared, there is no need to share it. But if it is going to pop up along the line, it might shake the foundations of your marriage, because your partner will say, I didn't know this and never brought it up. So if you think that what has happened in your past will have an impact on your marriage, then it is important to bring it up. For example, you had a child when you were 17, and the child lives with your grandmother, and you are hiding that child, and your husband or wife to be is not aware until 5 years into the marriage, and the new child pops up and you say, oh, I had this. That is going to shake the very foundations of your marriage. So there are things that it's important to share. The other things, it happened in the past, it has no impact on the current marriage. There's no need to share. But if you feel free to share it, and it's not going to create any confusion, feel free to share it. But if it's going to have an impact, then you should definitely share it.
Mama Roseborn, do you want to add to it?
Yeah, like Reverend Patrick is saying, if it will not shake the foundation of the marriage. For example, if it's something that you did, like when I was going to school, all them from when the same that I did, if I don't tell him and he hears about it, it doesn't matter. But if you know that if he hears about it, it will matter, then yes, you have to bring it up. So, but if it won't matter and it will be something that you talk and laugh about, that one, if you don't tell him before the marriage, it doesn't really hurt the relationship.
So if you are not sure what to tell him or her before the marriage, maybe you have to seek clearance. If you are going through counseling, you can discuss with your counselors. Oh, this happened when I was a kid, this happened when I was growing up. Do you think that I must let him know? Do you think that I must let her know? They'll tell you this is nothing. Or they'll tell you that as for this one, he must know about it. If he doesn't know and he gets to know or she gets to know, is going to be an issue in the relationship. trust will be broken.
Yeah.
So then if anything that has to do with trust, you've actually been to prison before, let her know, let him know. If you've been on drugs before, you've stopped, let him know, let her know. Because these things might pop up one day in the relationship and they might think that you lied to them or you hid something from them. But sometimes some things you don't need to talk about it.
Yeah. All right, we'll move to the next question. If you applied to Odogono before and they rejected you, you need to let him know. Good evening, Mama Rita.
Good evening.
Please, I got married.
After this question, I will come with my
Yes,
question.
Mommy. Yes, Mommy. I got married 6 months ago, and by the grace of God, my wife is pregnant.
Okay.
But the problem is, she doesn't know how to say sorry when she's wrong. When I get angry over her wrongdoings and I prompt her, she gets angry too. And this can go on for days until I find a way to talk to her to restore happiness and joy in the home. It appears she's always expecting this and not changing. What should I do?
Mama Rosemount.
So, I am very sure that before you married her, she was like that. And so, I wouldn't say that it doesn't matter. It matters. But if she does something and you know she's the kind of person who doesn't say sorry, and in the heat of the moment you want her to say sorry, then you have issues. But if you would allow, knowing that her intention is not to say sorry, but she's just a person who doesn't know how to say sorry, and you want to help her to get to the position where saying sorry should be part of the relationship, allow her to cool down and talk about it logically. Don't talk about it in the heat of the moment. It will rather create issues, it will rather create confusion, and then it will draw you apart. You are in a marriage, one person is strong at one thing and the other person is weak. You know that is a weakness. Help her by getting her to become stronger in that aspect by not getting angry about it. Keep your calm, but talk about it when you are calm, not when you are in anger. I'm sure eventually she'll get the message. But most importantly, pray about it.
Pray about it. Reverend Patrick?
So one of the rules that we have is don't talk when you are angry, because when you are angry, much of what you will say may not make sense to the person listening to you. You might not be able to carry out what you want to say in the very best way. So your wife does something and it makes you angry, and in your anger you attack her. Naturally, she will defend herself. So it is best to calm down, and then after both of you are calm, you can bring up the subject in a friendly manner, because you are saying that she does not know how to say sorry. More often than not, if you rub something in my face, I'll defend myself. So that's the natural reaction from your husband. So approach, from your wife in this case, approach the issue when both of you are calm. Give it time and talk about it again at a time when both of you are calm. And I'm sure she will open up and make the needed adjustment. Yeah.
So this has come up many times.
Yeah.
Where one spouse says that, oh, my partner doesn't know how to say sorry. Yes, I know some people do not know how to say sorry. But in your demand, how do you do it? How do you go about it? Are you too forceful? Are you too angry? Are you too demanding? If you do that, he or she will not say sorry. What you do is, when both of you are happy, then you can prompt him, you can prompt her, that you know that you did this to me the last time in a very nice, soft tone, and you never said sorry. She might tell you, oh, did I actually offend you? I didn't know I offended you. Or I didn't say sorry because you were too angry. Or you got me too angry to even say, so come up with it when both of you are in a very good mood. Say it nicely, don't raise your voice, and then he or she will be able to say sorry. Sometimes people don't say sorry because of their backgrounds. He never saw the father ever say sorry. She never saw the mother ever say sorry. So she's learnt it. Or some people see saying sorry as a weakness. If now you begin to teach him, you begin to teach her that saying sorry or apologizing is not a sign of weakness. And actually, I respect you the most, or I respect you more when you say sorry. I believe that, you know, there's going to be a time where she's going to say sorry and he is going to say sorry. Before we go to the next question, I want us to look at this. What is the difference between expectations and assumptions? Why should people pay attention to it? Some are expectations, some we are just assuming that. So what do you think the difference is between expectations and assumptions?
Okay. Just taking it from the English, angle. To assume something is to think that it is normal.
Okay.
That is, it's a given, However, an expectation is something that may not be given, but you look forward to having in this relationship. For example, we all expect that when you get married, you will have children. It's probably, or maybe we all assume rather that when you marry, you will have children. So that's but then sometimes it may not go that way.
That's right.
So that is my definition of what an assumption is. And the expectation is your personal preference of something that you look forward to from your partner.
Okay.
And it's important to discuss it, so that you'll be able to distinguish the two and manage it properly. Now, for assumptions, the assumption that you have children may be true, may not be true, because of certain conditions that you may have or may pop up in the course of the marriage. However, expectations can, be discussed and rearranged and changed and so on and so forth. So those are the basic differences that I see between assumptions and expectations. And it is important to discuss both of them. The trick here is that sometimes you do not even know that you have a certain assumption until something happens before you say that, oh, I assumed that, so we have to be open-minded. Both couples should be open-minded when we decide to go on this journey of marriage. A lot of the things that we look forward to, we assume, we expect, may not be as we think they should be. And as we discuss it, we agreed, when we met, we talked about, she said she wants 2, and I said I want 4. And
He wants two. She wants
2 children.
Oh, wow.
And then I said 4 children. So we compromised on 3 children.
Okay.
And
you have 3.
We have 3 children. So
You wanted 4. Why?
Well, I don't know. I just wanted 2 boys and 2 girls.
Wow.
But, and she said, listen, we'll have 4 children. We can't say boys or girls because we cannot predict what we
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I agreed with her and we went along. And here we are with 3 girls as we agreed to do.
Why did you want 2 children?
I have a large family.
like you couldn't contain it.
How many were you when you were growing up?
Okay, between my mom and we were 8.
Wow.
But my daddy is a family man.
Okay.
So there were always cousins in the house, and when we are going to boarding school, it's like my daddy has opened a boarding house.
Wow.
Everybody bring your list. It's like 10 lists on the table. And you have to go through. It was a large house, and this one is stepping on this one's toes, this one.
You got tired of it.
No, a little one is okay for me.
How many were you when you were growing up?
3.
3.
Boys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted to go
One.
more than your parents, one more than your parents. Wow. Do you want to add to the expectations and the assumptions?
Yeah. So the expectation and assumptions, if you are not careful, you would merge it. Because what is an expectation in one person's house will be an assumption for somebody else. So if you are talk about it, cut across all aspects. Because like I was expecting that my husband will change there. For me, it's not an expectation, it's an assumption.
Okay.
But for somebody who will expect that as I'm coming into your house, I'm coming as a queen, so you have to do everything for me. So Talk about any and everything. Don't try to assume. Don't try to expect. Talk. We are taking this journey. What do we want and what don't we want? Talk about everything, because it can blend if you are not careful. It's a thin
Before
line.
we go to our second question, there's something I've been thinking about for so long. Now, you will often hear a lot of young people say they are not ready to marry now. They want late marriage. Why? Because they have the excuse that the ladies of today have too many expectations, especially the Gen Zs. So for them, I'm not ready with a tall list of expectations. How do we blend it so that the young guys can marry? Recently, something went viral where Apostle General was insulting the young people in the church that they are not married.
My bosses even sent it to me.
Your bosses?
They sent a video to me. That your pastor must be angry with those boys.
And surprising enough, in ICGC, Reverend Otabel also mentioned the same thing.
Yeah.
So you know that it's something that is happening, and it's something that the Holy Ghost wants us to handle or to deal with it. Why are people not marrying early these days? Why are they waiting? Apostle General by 26 was married. People are 30, 31, 32, 33, 35. And for them, the expectations of the, would we call it expectations?
Or assumptions.
Or assumptions.
Yeah. The challenge is that the current generation, where we brought up our children in a certain way, very, very different from how we were brought up. You know, for example, I walked to school every time. You know,
You did what every time?
I grew up in Cape Coast.
Okay.
So going to school, it was a walking distance.
Okay.
And I walked to school all the time. But my kids have
Never walked to school.
They are always dropped and picked up. So it is, for them, it will be an expectation that my husband must have a car. And so because of the way we have brought up our kids, they have that normal expectation of their spouses that they are going to marry, you know. And whatever they need, daddy is giving them or mommy is giving them. Oh, my petrol is finished. Daddy, send me money. Daddy will send money. You know, so we've provided for them consistently. And we go to every length to support our kids so that they don't feel the pressure of need, you know. So we brought up our kids that way. So it is normal for them to expect that will be the case. However, I think that we should be able to have the conversation with them that what we are having or what we are providing for you may not be the same when you meet another young man.
Your mother's hairdresser is not
It's not your hairdresser.
Your mother's hairdresser is not your hairdresser.
Exactly.
As for this one, I like it. Your mother's hairdresser is not your hairdresser.
You know, so,
Wow. Wow, Mama.
So I don't know whether I should blame we the parents or I should blame the ladies but the ladies the Gen Z ladies should also realize that the guys that are coming to marry them, if there is something like Gen Z gentlemen, they're also Gen Zs.
That's right.
They've also been taking care of all their lives, and they're also expecting that the women are coming to take care of them because mommy is still cooking for them, mommy is still washing for them, everything is being done for them. I know a guy in university, his mom will come and pick him. They'll go to the spa. He's going to do pedicure. A boy.
I see.
Yes.
Go and pick him up from school.
From school. If he doesn't pick him up, meet me in the salon. And he's going to sit down and do his nails and stuff like that. Wow. When he marries, what do you expect?
Wow.
So the problem is how we have, but it's not a problem because we didn't want our children to go through what we went through.
Yeah.
So we have to train our children, like Reverend Chibapé said, your mother's seamstress is not your seamstress. So as you are going in, you shouldn't go in expecting that your husband has the stack of cash like your father has. So we have to balance it well. It's some kind of education that we need to do for the current generation, both the men and both the women. I always tell my husband that in Royalhouse we have the 2G.
Yeah.
And we are helping our ladies to come to that realization. Who is taking care of the guys? And that is why we see the guys finding it so difficult.
Yeah.
Because nobody is talking to them.
Yeah.
Nobody is helping them rise to the standard of being a responsible man. Because they are being taken care of. It gets to a point that they won't take care of you again. You have to take care of somebody. How well are they trained? So they look at it and feel that, no, this is too much. In my father's house, I don't need to think about what to eat. So it's a gap we need to fill.
It's a gap we need to fill. But I also think that the guys of today are not being honest with themselves. At the time I was going to get married, I had grown up in my father's house. Before age 40, my father had his own house. I shared a room with my sister. I knew how to wash with a washing machine. I grew up with maid servants in my house. I grew up with house boys, not a house boy, house boys. Because my father used to do, how do you call it? That drawing for houses.
Oh,
Architecture.
No, there's a
Draftsmanship.
draftsmanship.
Okay.
And people used to come to our house by 5 o'clock. Our house is full with people my father was training, you know, in draftsmanship. And these people, they won't only come and do draftsmanship. They'll come and water our garden. They'll come and iron our school uniforms.
Right.
They'll come and tidy up. But you see, I met a man who knew where he was going. He didn't have it at the time.
Right.
He told me, I might not provide for you like your parents are providing for you. But if you give me the chance to marry you, I will marry you poor. But I promise you, I won't always be poor.
Right.
I mean, he said something to me that made me see the leader inside of him.
That's right.
He wasn't afraid of my background. He wasn't afraid of where I was coming from. He wasn't afraid of the school I went to.
Yeah.
He embraced it
Yeah.
and gave me hope that if I made life together with him, tomorrow it will be okay with us.
Yeah.
So to start with, because he gave me that hope, I was ready to start life afresh with him. I was ready to be in a one room with him. I was ready. I was ready to sacrifice. What are we also telling the women? Are we showing leadership? Or we also want to come? And you know, sometimes the guys these days are pretending.
Yeah.
You don't have the car.
You borrow somebody's car.
You go and borrow someone's car. Come and show off. Now, after the wedding, the lady is expecting to see the car, and you don't have the car. Let her know I don't have the car.
Yeah.
But my darling, we won't be working all the time. We are going to stay in one room. I know one lady that got married. Initially, she also had expectations. Expectations. Was expecting this. I realized that, oh, she and the guy, they've courted 1 year. They've courted 2 years. They've courted 3 years. They've courted 4 years.
Oh.
5th year, now she was bold to ask the guy, what are we waiting for? The guy said, I'm not on the level as your father. I don't have money to rent a house. To start with, we are going to stay in one And the lady said, but who said? So it's something you need to talk about.
Surely.
Who says I'm expecting you to have a 4-bedroom house?
Yeah.
Who said I'm expecting you to have a car? Who says? The woman said, listen, I'm ready to be where you are. I'm ready to start life in a 1 room. So sometimes I think that,
I agree.
you know, yes, we can't blame the ladies. Our children have been sleeping on their own, in their own bedrooms. They expect it. Your children have never walked to school. They expect it. But you tell her something. Listen, I don't have it now.
Yeah.
But I will make sure I will make you a queen.
Right.
I will make sure I will work hard. If you are honoring that child and you are respecting her for who she is, certainly she'll do anything for you.
Right.
You come and say, because you think your parents are rich. So what has my father's money got to do with me and you?
Yeah.
Mommy, let me add another complexity to this, another angle. I mean, every aspect you've picked it from is very true. But then also, there is another group of young people, young men, who are established, who are doing well, who have started well, and are also disinterested in marriage. And I have followed a lot of pages and social media conversations, and we are seeing a certain group of older, either married, divorced, or currently unmarried men who are very successful, and these young people are looking up to them, and the message they are sending across is, get money, have children. And they are not preaching marriage. It's a serious thing.
You mean the young guys?
No, the older generation. What they are preaching to the younger guys. Make money, have children. Make money, have children. And they are discouraging our young people from marriages, especially the men. It's another area that I don't know how, but we may have to also address. It's
I've
complex.
never heard that. The older generation
yes.
are now encouraging the younger ones to get married.
No.
Not
to get married.
Make money.
And have children.
Have children.
My
Make
darling,
money,
listen
make
to
money,
me carefully.
Make money, have children.
If you want to make money, before you settle down in marriage, you'll be very confused. Because at a time in your life, you are not sure whether the one who is coming to, let me use the Ghanaian English, chop your money. It's coming because of the house you have. It's coming because of the companies you have. It's coming because it's always better to start with them young. Start with them when you don't have. Start with them the way you are. I accepted my husband the way he was. He took me to his father's house and said, this is my father's house. This is our hall and chamber for my mother and all her children. This is what we have. You know, I accepted him. Listen to me. If you make the women accept you the way you are, they would love it. The false hopes, the pretense. If you are an older person trying to let the young people know, especially the guys, work hard, make money, have your children. What is money without a wife with you? What is money without a mother in the house taking care of the children? My darling, trust me. It is when you start growing that you realize that companionship is the best thing in life. Yeah. You are settled with a woman with you. You are settled with a man. I have never ever regretted I married young. That is the truth. Did I suffer to start with? I did. Was I hungry? I was. Was I deprived of sitting in the car? I was. Was I deprived of having a well-balanced diet when I was pregnant? I was. But looking back, I am happy that I married early and I didn't marry young. Hey, I married young and I didn't marry old. We grew up together, made our mistakes in our early stages, and it was fine with us. Today, couples are having problems because they are marrying old.
Yeah.
The man is set in his ways, the woman is set in her ways. Please don't come and worry me. Before you came, I was okay. I was sleeping the time I was sleeping, waking up the time I was waking up. I was washing my dishes when I had to wash my dishes. The man is also saying, don't come and worry me. Anytime I put something here, it was there. Me and me alone, my darling. This is what is causing problems in relationships today. Go back to the days of our parents. Go back to the days, our days, where we were meeting the young men early enough in Christian fellowships. We were meeting them in scripture unions when we were in school. We were meeting them in fellowships. We grew up studying Bible together. We grew up fellowshipping together. We grew up praying together. We grew up going on evangelism together. And today, here we are. We are enjoying each other, even in our 60s. We will enjoy each other in our 70s. We will enjoy each other in our 80s. We will enjoy each other in our 90s. Before our children started coming, we had made our mistakes, corrected ourselves, and stopped marrying late. Stop. You want to make money. If you want to make money before you marry, the money will never come. Or the money will come, you won't even enjoy life. I don't know if you want to add to this.
I have a few points to add to that. The Bible declares that there is a way that seems right unto a man.
Preach to them.
And thereof is death. And if you choose to pursue money before you get married, you've got the concept wrong.
Yeah.
God in his wisdom said that it is not good for a man to be alone.
Preach.
In today's world, the University of Harvard University did a study, and this study was done over a period of 70 years.
Okay.
On the internet, you can Google it and then pull it up. Observed people from when they were children up to their 70s and beyond. The people who lived longer were those who got married and had deeper relationships.
Wow.
Those who did not have deep relationships with their society died along the way. So you may make the money, but because of there is no deep relationship with anybody, you will take unnecessary risks. You will live your life wantonly, and you will not leave anything for the next generation. Is that the legacy you want to leave? You made a lot of money and bought all the cars and had all the women that you want. You have 15 children with 6 women. Is that the legacy you want to leave? If that's the legacy, well, but Bible says that is the way to death. So please, don't follow those people who are saying that make money before and have children and there's no need to get married. It is the wrong way.
So we had a program somewhere and we're talking about quote unquote expectations on what to do before you got married. And one guy said that he's trying to enter into a relationship with 3 different women. And all of them have unrealistic expectation from him as a young guy. And anytime he doesn't meet it, they leave him. And before you realize, they are going out with a married man who is taking care of all their, he was taking care of all the items on the list, their bone straight hair and all that. That the truth is, these men will not marry you.
They won't marry them.
And I'm sure they are the same ones telling the young guys not to marry because they are sleeping with their girls.
That is so true.
So they will never leave their wives and marry you. So leave them. Focus on somebody who is up and coming. And you will get to a place that you have a man of your own. That you said, this is my man. And you build a happy home because of where you started from. So don't listen to the married men who are saying don't marry and I'll take care of all your needs. This one cannot do it for you. He can't do it for you now, but he will do it for you in future.
There's an interesting...
I'm coming over I want to use or seize this opportunity to talk to every married man. You are married. You have your wife. You have a young girl somewhere. My darling, if you have daughters and you love your daughters, stop spoiling somebody's daughter. You know, and you know, and you know that you will never marry that girl. You are only using her, giving her big phones, giving her hair, giving her clothes, giving her shoes, buying tickets for her to follow you, so-called business meetings, just using the girl. My darling, tomorrow you will regret it. I know men who have done that. See them in their 70s, see them in their 80s. They are so weak because they gave out all their zinc. Anytime you sleep with a woman, you are giving out zinc. So you can imagine the number of zinc or the quantity of zinc you are giving out as you sleep with these so-called so many women. My darling, somebody tomorrow would also do it to your daughters. Let our daughters grow. Let our daughters learn to live a life without things their parents can afford. Let them live their lives. Leave them for the younger men and stop worrying our daughters. You said there was a question. There was something.
This was on, another lady says, last week, Daddy was talking about finances, referring to Reverend Patrick.
Okay.
We didn't talk about finances, and I put in more as a wife.
Okay.
When I ask my husband, he will always say he doesn't have, even when I know he's been paid. He has gone on this tangent for 3 years now.
Wow.
But I feel he's helping people outside whom I do not know. It is really disturbing me. Whilst we are being encouraged to support as wives, how do I manage my expectations of my husband?
Yeah, this is very important.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the expectations that should be discussed into marriage is money. How do we intend to manage our monies, you know? And a critical factor in this is transparency, that every person should declare how much he or she is earning, and we both agree on how much we are contributing to the family budget. One person cannot keep his or her finances to his chest, her chest, and say, bring your money on the table. That's not fair. That's not marriage. That kind of seems like some kind of competition, you know. So for any marriage to work successfully, both of you, in this case, you are talking about your husband. He is supposed to be the breadwinner. So if anything at all, he's supposed to be the one paying for the expenses of the household. So I believe that there needs to be some kind of conversation with either a counselor or your pastor to understand the current dynamics, why your husband is not supporting the household bill. Maybe there are issues that he has not brought to your attention. Maybe a couple of things have occurred in the past. That is why he has chosen to take this tangent. But it is not the right way. I believe you should seek counseling, and the proper thing should be done from that angle.
So when expectations are not spoken about, these are some of the problems that you have.
Yeah.
If you didn't talk about money, like you said, and when you started the relationship, you started taking care of all the bills.
Good.
You were doing it
Good.
with no problem. So the man also felt like, oh, my wife is a superwoman. She can do it. So what's the big deal? Now you want him to contribute to the expenses of the house. My dear, come back to the table. Come back to the table and let him know that, oh, I was doing this, but now I think you have to come in so that we'll be able to, because now we have 1, 2, 3 children. The expenditure has grown. I can no longer foot it on my own. So I need you to also come on board. And then you talk about it from there and see how it goes. But don't put it in you and feel hurt. You started it. That's how you trained him. So if you want a change, come back to the drawing table.
Yeah.
So, my darling, this is why we are talking about expectations. If you are listening to us and you are not married, you have a chance. Before you go to the altar to say, I do. Before you go and sign, my darling, talk about your expectations. And I've been talking about what expectations you must expect. We've spoken about money, we've spoken about sex, we've spoken about in-laws, we've spoken about children, we've spoken about celebrations. Oh, I haven't spoken about celebrations. Money, my darling, it is extremely important.
Yeah.
Before you say I do, talk about it. What are you bringing on board? What are you bringing to the table? At the end of the month, before you say I do, know, I see a salary slip. See her salary slip. Know how much she's ending. Know how much he's ending. Are you putting your monies together? If you are not putting 100% together, what percentage are you putting together? If you don't want to put your monies together, you must agree who is doing what. Who is paying for food? Who is paying for utilities? Who is paying for school fees? Who is taking care of children's clothes? You must please agree before you say yes. And for the women who are not married, but you are courting, and you are taking care of the men, you are paying their water bills, paying their electricity bills, buying them food.
It's a whole topic.
Buying their clothes. My darling, Mama Rosebond says you've taught them that you are a superwoman. Forever in the marriage, they would expect that you would do that. We are not saying don't give them presents on their birthdays, Valentine, but don't take over the job that should be their parents.
Right.
Don't teach them that. And that now in the marriage, when they've known about it, now you want a change. Please call him for a meeting. If before him he doesn't change, call him before a counselor, call him before your pastors, call him. That listen, before we married, I was doing ABCD. Now children have come in. I can't continue to do that. So you need to take care of some of the expenses and the bills in the house. I think this is something that you must talk about.
Yeah.
Next week, we will still talk about expectations. Expectations. What are your expectations? What do you want in the marriage? How do you want to handle your finances? Who is doing what in the marriage? Please, we will talk about that. Until we bring the curtains to a close, make a date with me from the 9th to the 11th of April. That is just this week. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Saturday morning at Delta Hotel, Timble Drive, Kent Hill, MK7 6HL. I'll be speaking on Friday nights. You will see me in UK very soon. I'm going to catch my flight tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. By tomorrow evening, I'll be there. You will see me Friday evening. God bless you. Until then, I want to say happy 25th wedding anniversary to the Yorsons.
Thank you. So much.
Please watch out. We'll be inviting you to the party.
Yes.
God bless you. Take good care of yourselves. Until then, make a date with me, same day, same time next week, and we'll be talking about expectations. If we didn't answer your questions, don't worry. Next week we'll answer them. Let your questions keep coming. If there's anything you want us to talk about in terms of expectations, please let us know and we will talk about it. God bless you and I love you.